Thank you very much, and I would like to welcome everybody on behalf of SANEF. And I'm really glad to see so many journalists joining us, in particular all the community media journalists who are really our experts in municipal coverage. I want to just give you an idea of why we're doing all of this at SANEF. So SANEF in the previous election started with efforts to provide journalists with reporting resources and lots of training. In fact, if you go to the SANEF website, sanef.org.za, you can find on the programs still access to our 2019 election resources, as well as the the upcoming local elections. In that link, or if you scroll down, there's a big link here that you can also use. On the 2019 elections, we still have all the materials that we offered, so you can always come back if you need that. But we launched our local elections training portal beginning of July. Already we have many people who's been contributing to it. So if you click through to it or go directly to elections.sanef.org.za, you land on our portal and you'll find there a whole host of resources for journalists to report on local government, on municipal finance, on other data around local government, and of course on the elections. So apart from what you see on the landing screen, if you go into the menus on this page, you'll find all kinds of training modules that will be the subject of webinars held and those that's still coming up. There's a whole section then on reporting resources, election disinformation, party funding, safety of journalists, regulatory framework, and so on. All the stuff that you need if you want to report on the elections. And of course, the elections dashboard, which we'll partly deal with in the session today. So we launched our training, election training last week. We already had the one on how the elections work. Last Tuesday, last Friday, we had a session on telling local government stories with data. And after today, so this will be the last session for August, we're still looking at final dates for the remaining sessions, the role of the media during elections, disinformation, safety of journalists, and then telling stories with election data that will come sometime in September. What we are also doing, so that people can go back to the resources, for instance, on the first webinar, you can go to the SANEF YouTube channel and you can find the segments that we dealt with, including a really good overview presentation from the IEC on their preparations for the elections, and also input from senior editors giving tips on how to do election coverage and about stories and so on. So we will do the same for all the webinars. So check back and you'll find playlists with the segments from last Friday's data dashboard session and today's session. So watch it. I think by end of the week or so, we should have all of that up. So today's focus is on municipal finance. For those of you who attended last week, I explained that a recipe for election coverage would be the 4 P's of election coverage: the people, the places, the parties, and the process, meaning the electoral process. And the municipal finance is pretty much about the places where people live. It's about how they are run. Are they run well? Are they not? How does it impact on people's lived experiences? Are they getting electricity or not? Are the potholes full or not? Because municipal finance gives you access to all those stories, and our colleagues will share that with us. First up will be Reg Romney, and this is an article that he published last week in Daily Maverick, where he specifically used these kinds of numbers that we're going to do today to do a story about how Cape Town and Joburg are run from a financial perspective. Following that, we will then get overview of where you can find the numbers in our dashboard, which will be overview, which will be given by Raymond Joseph, who also happened to be one of the recipients of SANEF's Nat Nakasa Award for courageous community journalism with his series of stories on the lotteries. But apart from that, he really is the data journalism guru that we have in this country. So we're very glad that he will then also assist. And then we'll also hear from Athandiwe Saba, who is deputy editor of the Mail and Guardian and who's been doing really, really good data and municipal finance stories in previous elections. So she will join us a little later. Finally, I just want to say thanks to Open Up, which designed the data dashboard and played a crucial role in bringing this training program together. SANEF is working with them because they know journalism. They've been working with many news organizations before. They understand open data, and they grounded in the Constitution, and that's similar to what we're doing at SANEF. So welcome everybody, and I think we can jump right in. Thank you.